That's what you do when you're playing with the wrong buttons, David. You missed that 3 or 4 seconds. But anyway, I was trying to add something that didn't work. How you doing, everybody? And welcome to Fourth Dimension Paranormal Radio with David, Reed, Christine, and Debra, Ryers, Holly.
Yep.
All right. DRH and DRC.
There you go.
Right? Did we plan that?
No.
I don't think so. I don't know, but sometimes in the midst of things, thinking on last show, when I think I had Fran on, and I think she's listening today, we talked about regression, past life regressions, and boy, she hit the button on the head with me, being right around the Romanesque and the early medieval period. And the reason we talked about that is the fact that, what is the layering or the window of time that your spirit before you come back? And then do you come back to this life, or do you go to other places far away? We're going to talk about that today. Debra's also going to teach me about cleaning myself, and I do mean cleaning, especially with the Ebola virus going around. But with cleansing and stuff before and after investigations and keeping cleansed, because I know for a fact that I have been blessed with having something on me. I think when I met you, you saw it right away. You just sat down with me and told me some things that I didn't want to hear, and one of them was you don't investigate, just stop. Well, I'm not, but yeah, don't do anything for a while, and shut up and listen. I think you said. Yeah. So, hey, thanks for making it in time. You texted me while I was coming back from my doctor. They're trying to figure out the 12 coils down there, but it's another story for No Limits. Deb and I were talking this morning a little bit about teams out there. I do have to bring this up, peoples. There is so many shows out there giving such advice and scaring people. I talked about, and I don't know if you're with me on this, Debra, or not, but like the Tennessee Wraith Chasers who come kicking down doors on all the asylums, and we're going to capture a ghost, and then we're going to kill it. We're going to kill us a ghost tonight, and people just, oh my God, this is wonderful. And there's some radio shows and even paranormal teams locally that are extremely novice, as what I know, but come across as their persona, what they do on Facebook or websites or whatever they want to do, as the grandest of all. I mean, I can't remember some of the names, but there's like Grand Sewer Paranormal out here. They have this paranormal hour with Mutt and Misty, and they sit around and stroke themselves all throughout the thing. Like, whenever I go to a convention, people demand that I talk and hear me. And then I don't have any time. If I stay overnight in a hotel, people want me to come down and talk to them and teach them. The thing about it is some of these teams, and then we're going to get on to what we do. But I need to tell you, when you hear of a team that says, hey, we know about many topics such as, of course, ghosts, cryptozoology, UFOs, Bigfoot, religious verses, and so on, and so on, and so on. God, these guys, there needs to be no other teams because these guys got it all. You get my point, Debra?
I got it.
Yeah, that's why I was listening the other day about Al, whatever his name, on the Today Show, the weather guy. Al Roker, yeah. He does not have a degree in meteorology.
What?
His degree is in communications. But because communications can teach you, like some of these paranormal teams, how to just, kind of fib what you're good at and talk about. Yeah. And that's what they keep doing. I tried to help this team, but, they're going to continue doing what they do. But anyway, Al Roker is the record holder now for giving the longest weather forecast ever in the Guinness Book of World Records, and he's not even a meteorologist. So this is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's an expert. Be careful who you're dealing with. Ask them a little bit about when they say they are in the science and the physics of such things. Ask them a few questions and see if they, mumble, or we'll get back to you. So anyway, I wanted to get that out. All right, Debra, I think we wanted to talk a little bit about protecting ourselves. And spirit can do some amazing things in terms of going on an investigation, maybe not even going on an investigation. Debra, you're a medium, and there's a lot of professed mediums out there, so be careful, people. Check your mediums, see if they're real. This team I was talking about thinks they have a medium, and oh, God, she's not. Anyway, when you were talking to me, I think at a bookstore or a Panera or whatever, you were suggesting to me that there was spirit all around, just everywhere. And sometimes you can see it or at least get a remnant of it. So, and they can float and then, if they want, grab on. Right?
Right.
Which is what I was trying to get rid of, and maybe you can tell that story, but cleansing myself, you gave me some ways to cleanse myself, and then I said, well, what happens to the damn thing when it leaves me? And it could float and grab onto someone else who has a similar attribute that it's looking for that I once had, and that was depression and so on.
Well, the biggest problem, I'm getting some feedback. I'm trying to adjust my speaker.
Well, just turn your volume down. Yeah.
I did that.
Good.
We'll see. Hopefully it's not doing it the whole time. Right now it sounds good. Okay. Yes, the first time I met you, I noticed a black entity that was attached to you. And it just looked to me like a black shadow, almost like you were standing very close to a wall with the light in front of you. I could see a black outline of, it looked like you, but it wasn't a shadow because you weren't standing against a wall. I told you you needed to protect yourself, and because this thing set off a negativity, and your depression. So if you turn things around like you did, and you started making things positive instead of negative, that it would slowly dissipate and would have nothing to feed off of anymore, and it would leave. Which I think you said last time I talked to you that it was doing pretty good from you separating yourself from it.
Well, I've been on a roll where I felt good every day so far, which I have not done that in the longest time I can remember. But people around you who have professed as mediums would have seen that too. And I was not always the best guy. And when you're depressed, you can see Facebook posts and all that out there, people just bitching about something. They're not feeling good about themselves. And I certainly wasn't. And I don't know where I got this attachment. I think it had been on me a long time. But you had suggested to me to do some things, and I'm sure it's different with everyone, right?
The concept is pretty much the same. If you are going to, for instance, use cards, or if you're going to go into an investigation, or if you're going to deal with anything paranormal, even in your everyday life, I do a protection every morning and every night, just to keep negativity away from me. So I like to use a bubble of protection, We'll talk a little bit later about how this bubble isn't working or being as efficient as it used to be because of ley lines and energy and all kinds of scientific things. But a bubble works sufficiently for most days. So if you imagine a bright light coming out of your forehead and a bright light coming out of your heart and have them come together in front of you, and if you take a deep breath, every time you blow out of your mouth, have that bubble of light, which is the white light of the Holy Spirit, have that get bigger and bigger and bigger. Every single time you breathe out, it's going to get a little bit bigger, like you're blowing up a balloon, and have it go under your feet and around your back and over the top of your head. And that is your bubble of protection. And most things it will keep out and away from you in your everyday life, and try to help you with your depression and your sleeping. I do it before I go to bed so that I can sleep better and I know I'm protected. Now, with you, I told you to put the bubble, when you imagined it going up your back, between you and the thing that's attached to you. So have the bubble run very, very right next to your back to push that thing away. And how did that work for you?
Well, you don't physically feel it get pushed away, but I mean, overall, I think my attitude has gotten better. I'm much more accepting, and it's a process. But I'm just, I'm accepting more things that just happen, good or bad. And I never have done that before. So I don't know if it's completely off. I don't think we have seen each other in some time. But when we do, maybe you can share with me. I'm also going to see someone Thursday. You probably know already, but I'll share it with you. She did not want to be said on the radio. Damn ards, I can't think of words. But anyway, she did not want to be told on the radio, so I'm not doing it per her. But anyway, people, while you were listening, wonderful listeners today, and a lot of people responded that they are going to listen today. So thank you. Every time that number goes up, I like it. I like it. Spread the word. Look for the real stuff. There is a chat room on Spreaker if you're there in the bottom right, and you can write little messages there. Deb, did you get on Facebook?
Yes, I did.
All right, so Deb's over there for questions, and if you want to rack her for questions, Debra Ryers-Hawley, are you on the Looking Glass?
Yes.
Which one?
I'm on Beyond the Looking Glass.
Beyond the Looking Glass on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right, so if you go there and punch in some questions, or if no one's listening, we won't get any. Maybe they all lied, and they're eating pizza with each other.
Well, a few people have already said they're listening, so we're
well, and that's good, and that means we're getting through. Okay, so anyway, the important thing about this is that we're going to touch on a couple different things. I posted something that Debra said people are not going to understand it the other day about vibrational frequencies. Now, I am a true believer that everything is vibration. As a medium, I would think that even with chakra, you would think that vibration has a lot to do with positive and negative, lower vibrations and higher vibrations, right?